Jeez. All right, great picture, Kevin Williamson. So what's going on, everyone? We know that Stu Macher's house is supposed to take part in this upcoming Scream 5 film to some degree. I mean, how much of a fixture it'll be is kind of up in the air. We have no idea. I did do a video on a very interesting sort of theory I have on how they can incorporate it. I'll link that video down in the description below. But I have another sort of interesting idea and twist that I want to get your opinion on and have a discussion per usual. So make sure you join it down in the comments below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, followed by the bell notification. Stay up to date with all things Scream. Join this wonderful Scream community we have here in all of our discussions. And I'd really appreciate if you hit the like button. It helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. So we've gotten several leaks and several ideas on what Stu's house will be in this film. Like, will it be a flashback? Will it be sort of modern time? Is somebody else living in the house? Is it just kind of abandoned? Because there's talks about it being abandoned. And judging by, this, there we go. We're on camera backwards. Judging by that leak over there with the Letterman jacket of the high school student, it made many people, including myself, speculate. It looks like they're having a party. I mean, obviously this was on, a photo day, so it could just have been the cast members all having a good time. But what if they really are incorporating this kind of aspect in the upcoming Scream film? I mean, Stu's house is so sort of synonymous with Scream. I mean, it's where it ended. It's in a lot of ways the heart of the original Scream film. I mean, that's where everything was unfolded. Everything came to light in a lot of ways. It's been referenced in so many ways. Well, what if the Stu Macher home is just a historical home now? I mean, it's been so long. It's the sort of center point of where everything happened. What if it just became a sort of, anniversary type event place? Kind of like how they had the Stab-a-thon in Scream 4. Well, it's like the 25th anniversary. What if it's a one-time thing? They're just having a bunch of people there for the 25th anniversary. It'd be a great setup and a great hunting ground for Ghostface to appear and attack everyone in. I mean, just think about it. It'd kind of bring everything full circle. You'd have Stu's old home as the place that it kind of started, and now you get the full circle where it ends. It's that homage to the original Scream, and you tie it into the 25th anniversary. In reality, it's also the 25th anniversary in the Scream universe, so they're having like a big shindig, a big party or event, whatever, at the original, sort of murder house of Stu Macher. And now you have that all incorporated. It doesn't even have to be a one-night thing. Like, what if that became a sort of museum now? It's a legend at this point. It's been so long. It's been 25 years. It would make a ton of sense that, people would kind of look at it in a historical way. I mean, think of even reality. You have places like the Lizzie Borden house and, the Winchester Mansion and things like that, where it's these iconic homes with these legends and sort of myths surrounding them and these tragic events that happen there. And people go there to flock. People go to see. I mean, you have the town of Woodsboro as this tiny little town. So, I mean, that's kind of like their only real landmark as far as we know in the town of Woodsboro. So it would make sense that they would kind of prop this place up as like a historical landmark. Like, this is a place that these tragic events happen. Maybe it's a museum. Maybe it's a Halloween type event where they have a haunted house there every year. Maybe it's just like a hangout spot if it's abandoned. And you get all these kids that are like, hey, let's go to Stu's house and party. You got people dressed up as Ghostface running around just pranking people. And it just, because I can see it sort of being this sort of circus now that, it's been so long, especially, but since it's supposed to be in real time from Scream 4 to Scream Now. So, given that 10, 11-year gap, it would make sense that people kind of are just like over it. Like, they're just like, oh, this is a big joke. Not just that, but most of the high school students now were not even alive when the original murders happened. So it's just kind of this legend in this town at this time, which would make so much sense. It would be exciting to kind of see a way to incorporate Stu's house as like this as this landmark, this place where, you know, they have annual events or something. You know, it became a historical place where, you know, they have like I said, a Woodsboro anniversary or something where people just dress up as Ghostface. It would also add another layer to the story itself, because you could have Ghostface go there, and he sort of blends in, you know, or she sort of blend in this crowd of Ghostface, and they're picking people off. I just think it would add a really interesting and fascinating layer. You know, again, you can make it this is just like a one-time thing, given that it's the 25th anniversary, or it could be just a reoccurring thing. Like I said, I don't doubt that they're gonna have flashbacks. I don't doubt that they're gonna have, you know, these little homages and Easter eggs and stuff. But I would love to see Stu's house be incorporated in ways outside of just your typical stereotype flashback, you know, where it's just like a quick zoom in on the house and that's it. Like the previous video that I did, that's linked down in the description, you know, I talked about like what if a family is living in that home. I think that would make a ton of sense, that, you know, it could be sort of the opening attack, or an attack at some point that kind of sends a signal to Sydney. I highly recommend you check out that video, because I'm actually kind of proud of that theory. I thought it was a really good one. So if you're a fan of my videos and you haven't seen that one, I highly recommend checking that out. But back to the point of this is that, like, it's so much time has passed, and it's such a historical moment in that Scream universe, that it makes too much sense that Stu's house wouldn't be some sort of landmark to some degree, you know, or some sort of significant place. I mean, you could argue that no one might ever want to live there just because of what happened in that house. So if they're not going to tear it down, so what else do you do? Not just that, but Stu's house was kind of isolated from everyone else's. You know, it was kind of at the end of that cliff, so it would be a great place for like a museum, or like a historical landmark type place where tourists could come and visit and take pictures and look around and you know, walk through this murder house, and you know, maybe even they have staged, you know, where Tatum is, you know, like how they had in Scream 4 at the Stabathon, you know, where they had a Tatum in the garage type thing. You know, you have all these like set scenes throughout Stu's house. I think that'd just be a really interesting and fascinating way to be creative and incorporate Stu's house into this upcoming film. You know, maybe Stab is being rebooted and they're using Stu's old house for that. I mean, that's another thing that they could do. But as always, this is a discussion and I want to hear from you. So let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you're not subscribed to the channel, again, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Join this wonderful community. All of our discussions we have regarding Scream, and stay up to date with all things Scream. If you haven't liked this video, I'd really appreciate you hitting that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.